Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome, welcome. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Man, it was one of those days today. So I get a text message from a friend that said, hey, why aren't you picking up your phone? Jenny, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Salam, salam. So had a friend that texted me today and said, hey, why aren't you picking up your phone? And I said, because nobody's called me. And they're like, I've called you a couple times and you're not picking up. So turned out that I wasn't receiving any calls or text messages, or I wasn't able to send out any either, and I wasn't able to call out either. So my phone went on SOS mode, and it's so weird because you rely so much on your phone and you may not even think you do until like you can't use it at all. So I didn't have a phone till about 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago. And so if you send me a chat in Facebook or DM'd me in Instagram, then I probably responded back to you. But other than that, I just got all my texts, and it was just like just coming. And you know what? Oh, I gotta vent out a little bit before I get into my story. So I'm chatting, right? I'm chatting with Verizon, saying, hey, what the heck is going on? And of course, it's an AI reading my chat. I already know it's an AI reading my chat, responding back. So I can't, it's like, right? So it says, do this, didn't work. Do this, did it work? Nope. Do this, did it work? Nope, 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 nope. Last thing it says, maybe you should do a reset on your phone. What it'll do, it'll reset all your passwords and usernames and passwords. It'll just completely wipe everything out, but you'll keep your like music, your pictures, your emails, you know, that type thing. And I'm thinking, there's a lot of passwords. So I'm thinking, okay, I gotta reset it. I probably should reset it. So I did the reset, right? I did the reset and it was great, kind of. It just reset everything and I get back in my phone and still doesn't work. Now that sucked. Because now all my passwords and usernames are gone and the phone didn't work. So I had to finally get my buttocks off the couch and go to Verizon. And literally, the guy fixes like in 3 minutes. He's like, here you go. I was like, should have gone here sooner. I could have done a whole live on this. But anyway, so I don't even know why I went there, but so I didn't have a phone for a long time today. So if you called me or texted me or anything, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. So send it again or call again. And yeah, I'm having fun with resetting all my passwords now. Great. So yeah, with that, anyway, let's get into the talk of tonight. Happiness. I spent a long time on my phone. Happiness. This story I may have told a long time ago, but I'm a big fan of this story, and so I'm going to share it with you. Andrea, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So a kindergarten teacher gets the kids all together and says, in the other room, I have a balloon with your name on it. And when I open the door, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. You go in that room and you go and find the balloon that has your name on it. And the kids all get all excited and they're all like, yeah, let's do it. So the teacher opens the door, they run into the next room, and they're like just chaos, right? There's like, you can hear people like screaming, and it's like, oh, this way, that's, you know. 5 minutes is up, they're back in the room, and nobody has their balloons. Nobody was able to catch their balloons. And so they're all disappointed and they're all like sad face, you know. And the teacher is all like, what happened? It's all like, well, we couldn't, it's just like chaos, just the chaos, right? So this time the teacher says, I'll tell you what, this time when I open the door, I want you guys run into the other room, find a balloon, and then find the person that belongs to. And they say, okay. So opens the door, they run into the room, and before even the time's up, everybody's back in the room and everybody's got their balloons in their hands. The kids are laughing and smiling and high-fiving each other, you know, talking to each other. And the teacher says, what happened? And they're all like, oh, well, we got, you know, we found each other and boom, boom, here we are. And the teacher says, that's kind of like happiness. Happiness happens when there is harmony. When there's no harmony, when there's chaos, there's really no happiness. Now think about that. Is there happiness when there's like chaos? Now, I don't mean a bunch of people around having a good time. I mean chaos, okay? That's a whole different thing than a bunch of people having a good time together around the barbecue. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like madness, you know? When there's madness and chaos, usually there's no happiness. Am I right or am I right? Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Usually there's no happiness. So when there's like harmony, calmness, everybody in line with each other, right? Nobody's like, everybody's in line with each other. Everybody kind of is in line to help each other out. Then you could say there's harmony, and then you could argue that there's happiness there, right? Now, are you guys still there? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like everything's frozen on my lives because there's no movement. I don't know. I digress. But if you're there, like, say something. Like, throw some hearts, hate, love, anything. So let me take it a step further beyond that. Now, you guys may know, if you're new to my lives, then welcome, and you're going to know now. But if you're not, you know this already. I'm a big fan of the Stoics, and I love studying the Stoics and reading the Stoics. And I've talked about this monkey mind before, but I'm kind of going to relate it here in a way. Let's say if there is chaos in your head. Let's say if there's chaos in your surroundings, like where you live or how you live. Let's say if there's chaos all around you, both mentally, physically, spiritually. Imagine if there's chaos there in existence in your life, in your world, right? How can you reach happiness? It's kind of tough. I say it's kind of tough. Oh, good. You're still there. It's kind of tough, right? It's definitely tough. But if you kind of manage to calm down the chaos in your head and your surroundings around you. You pick and choose, you throw away the stuff that is not supposed to be there, people and things all together, you know. You kind of calm your mind, you calm your surroundings, you calm yourself, which is your inner peace. So in a way, if you have that harmony, that peace, that calmness within you, I feel like that's a much better road to take towards happiness than the road that's all traffic and chaos and speed bumps and gravel. You know what I mean? So the next time you're thinking to yourself, okay, harmony, peace, happiness. Think of that story. I love that story because there's so much in that story. Actually, there's more than just like harmony and happiness. I love how there's so much unity and teamwork in there. Everybody knows that they're gonna get a balloon that they're gonna have to give somebody else. Like it's not theirs. So their goal is to find out somebody else. It's not the balloon itself. It's the person. It's the relationship that it brings them together. There's just so much into that story. I can dissect that like 4 different ways. But the next time you think to yourself, you know, hey, you know, there's just so much around you, inside you, all that stuff, try to grab a hold of it and try to, Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you gotta tame the animal, right? You gotta tame the animal in your head or your inside you. You gotta be able to control that. I'm still a work in progress, but I can tell you this: when there's so much going on in my head or in my heart or in my soul or around me, I'm not really happy. I'm not in my mode. I'm not in my zone, you know. And that doesn't mean that I don't like a crowd around me. I just like a crowd around me that we all have a good time together, not chaos or arguments and, you know, this and that. So be careful on, you know, who you pick around you, what you put around you. And, you know, I've done a live on this too, but I'm going to leave it with this. This is another reason why, so some of you already know that I've talked about this in my lives before, but I'm like super clean. I'm super organized. I'm very clean. Everything just at its right place. When I go to bed, there's no dishes in the sink. There's no trash. You know, I'm very like that. And I've always been like that. It's not like I just happened to do it like a week ago. I've always, ever since I moved out on my own, I've always been like that. Ever since I was in my own room with my parents, I was like that. So I've always been like that. And the funny thing is that my parents are not like that. I mean, they're clean, but they're like, I've never met anybody like as clean and organized as I am, right? And my thought process is that it's not just in my head. My surroundings need to be peaceful and calm as well. I used to work, again, I've talked about this before, but I used to work 14, 16-hour days. And when I used to come home, I see my home as sanctuary. So when I walk in the house, I want to be calm and just relax and just kind of be able to take it in. Harmony, right? And if it's just a mess, it'll drive me nuts, right? So you know what? I knew you were going to say that, kids. I knew you were going to say that. I'm going to tell you, it won't matter. It won't matter. I know I don't have kids. I can't prove it to you. I know I don't have kids and I can't prove it to you, but I can almost guarantee you that I would have it under control. Yeah. I knew you were going to say that. Because I get that all the time. Toys, I get that all the time. But I could do a whole live on that. I get, like I said, you guys are so funny. The moms are like, you don't have kids. I know my mom says the same thing. My whole family says the same thing. Everybody says the same thing. But I'm telling you, um, listen, I wasn't like that as a kid. I was a kid, you know that, right? Okay, so I never had stuff around everywhere as a kid, and nobody taught me that. It wasn't like because my parents taught me that. I did it myself, right? So I'm telling you, I could, yeah, that's a whole other life. But yeah, that's funny. I knew the moms were gonna like get to me for that kids. You don't have the time if you're a single parent. Okay, okay. It's not about being a single parent. You'd have no time for your kids. You're that way for a reason. That's so funny. Um, yeah, that's a whole other life. I'll leave that for a live. I'll share some thoughts with you guys. But again, I'm telling you, I and I know this is a sensitive subject because I get this from family, friends all the time. But I'm telling you, I could argue that you could discipline your kid in a way that they grow up organized, and it's not just organization around them. It's if you have them disciplined in a way that their thoughts are organized from the beginning, and that's how you structure them. It's impossible for them to go wrong. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's impossible if you guide them from the beginning, very beginning, early beginning, and you communicate with them, and you structure it early in the game, and I'm telling you, they would drive you crazy when they get to be 8 years old. They'd be like, "Mom, why'd you put that there?" You know. But I'm telling you, I'm not gonna have kids anymore now. Autistic kids and all kids are. That's very true. Autistic kids are different. Yes, that's very true. I have a very dear friend who has an autistic son, and it's really advanced. I don't know if I think it's stages, right? I think he's I want to say 4 or 5. Is there a 4 or 5? Because I know he's really advanced, but I get that. So that's tricky. That's very tricky. I get that, but again, it comes early in the game. But like with me, like I'll tell you, like my mom, one of the arguments is hilarious. I don't even know why we're talking about this, but my mom, one of the arguments, she always tells me, she goes, "You're single because you're too clean. Like nobody's gonna live with you." And I've always been like that. I'll give you a little secret. Oh man, should I tell you this? I used to be in first grade a long time ago. And I remember this vividly. And it's never changed. It's always been like that. Even in college, I was like that. So I used to take like crazy notes. I was always like that guy, like, right? I would take crazy notes, and then I would have to come home and rewrite them. I'm not kidding. I'd have to rewrite them because I wrote them fast in class, and it wasn't just like straight, right? So I'd come home and I'd rewrite them. Okay, let's say I rewrote a whole page, right? And then I go to the next page, and I write a whole page, and like the last word, I mess up. Okay, when I was in first grade, there was no whiteout, so so what I would do, and I'm not kidding with you, I would write a whole page, right? I wrote this page, and I'm on the back of it, and the last word I screwed up. What I would do, I would rip the page out of the notebook, throw it away, and rewrite everything. My parents thought I'm crazy. I don't think they've ever stopped. I've always been like that. always been like super clean, organized. I shared this in another live before, and this is the last one I'm going to drop because you guys probably turned me into an institution. I used to, well, now you don't carry much cash in your pocket anymore, but I used to iron my cash because I like them very straight. And when I would iron my cash, why are you mad? Because that's awesome. Jenny's all like, you have issues. You should talk to my parents. So I would iron my cash because I like them very straight and neat. And then I know you're gonna laugh, but that's okay. But I like the smell of money. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna give you guys any more secrets because you may not even join my lives anymore after this. You'd be like, this guy is nuts. Anyway, this live completely turned out different than Andrea. I saw, look, I swear I used to iron. Okay, I used to ask anybody who would give me like gifts. I would ask them however much they wanted to spend. They would get it. They would give me cash, and I would ask them to give it to me in dollar bills, so it would be like a lot, and I would sit there and iron them. I'm not lying to you. I'm all the stuff I tell you is the truth. Well, maybe a little crazy, but yeah, that's the truth. So I know. Oh man, I got so many stories. One time my mom caught me with ironing my dollars, and she didn't know what to say. Like, she still talks about it sometimes. She goes, "Remember that time?" I go, "Yes, I remember. Yes." You can't iron your like debit card. You just can't. Anyway, so yeah, harmony. That's funny. Harmony. Jenny's all like, forget it. I ain't coming to your lives anymore. And you guys are like, okay, you're getting blocked. Just kidding. With that being said, do I even dare? Drop one takeaway. Oh boy. Keep it PG-13. Drop one takeaway from the live tonight below. Let this feed grow. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. By the way, it's 11:11 in California. Just saying. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop one takeaway. Not from my craziness, but from the live actually itself. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wait, I got a huge nugget from the phone problem. Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad. That's cool. Oh, wow, thank you for the stars. You got a nugget from my phone problem? Really? That was awesome. Share with me what was that, because I would love to know what nugget it was. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. If you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people. Maybe you shouldn't even like tag a couple people, because then those couple people would also think I'm crazy. Yeah, don't tag this one. Go to the store. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I played with this phone for 5 hours. I should have gone to the store. Yeah, so true. Because I thought the chat, and then I reset it and everything is reset. Oh no. Anyway, with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.